Hey everyone, so today I wanted to show you my current hybrid live setup for Improvised live techno. It's a bit of a mix. We have a modular, we have a sequencer, we have the iPad and a controller that kind of controls what the iPad does. So I wanted something that keeps the hands-on feel of the modular, but with the flexibility of the digital world with the iPad. It's a setup that's very mobile, that's meant for live improvised performances rather than sound design on a studio. Before I start, I wanted to mention two persons. The first is Fabian Laute, who does hybrid live performances, and the second is Serco, who also does improvised performances, but he is completely DAW-less. If you don't know them, I definitely recommend checking them out. I will leave a link in the description. So to give you a high-level picture of the setup, at the center we have a modular Euro rack. This is where most of the sound happens. And most of it is actually controlled by a sequencer, the OXI One MkII here. And then I have the iPad here, which I use for mixing, for effects, also for recording, drums. We'll go a bit deeper into this later in the video. And connected to the iPad, I have the Launch Control XL3, which is very convenient because I don't have to actually touch the screen during live performances, so I can just use the faders, the knobs and the buttons here on the Launch Control XL. And finally here on the modular I have the ES9 from Expert Sleepers, which is an audio interface and allows me to connect all these modular gear hardware analog with the digital world and the iPad. So let me go through very quickly to the module I have here. So I have the Boom kick from Home Force. This is my kick. It slaps, it's very powerful, I really like it. Then I have the battering ram here, which is also a kick unit, but I use it more as toms or a secondary kick sometimes. Then I have the Archer's Rig from Shackmat, which is my hi-hat unit. I'm then using the OXI Coral from OXI Instruments, which is a very flexible audio unit. Then I have the Bastel Pisa, which I think is my favorite module. And then I have the MIA and the BIA from Noise Engineering. And then I have the DFAM, which I absolutely love. Maybe this one is my favorite. And then I have the Desmodus Versio from Noise Engineering, and I use this as an effect unit. It creates those huge washes, reverb that I like. I usually like to start my performances on a blank state, and then I will slowly add notes to the sequences. And the OXI One here is the sequencer for all of the modules inside the Euro rack. And sometimes it will also control other gear that I may have with me to a performance. And then I have the ES9 here, my audio interface, and it's connected to the iPad via the USB-C hub here. And then thanks to the S9, each module has its own channel inside AUM, and I can control stuff like EQ, compression, limiter. I have saturation, and I have delay and reverb. And then, as I said earlier, because I don't really want to touch the screen of the iPad during performances, I have the Launch Control XL3 here, which I use to control everything, not everything, but most of the stuff that I need on the iPad. I have my drums here. Then I have the faders for all of the voices. And then I have some EQ here, and I have delay and reverb also with those buttons, knobs here. Also, I have some effects that I can use during performance to create tension or drops. And then for the drums, I have, again, inside the modular case, the kick, the secondary kick / tom, the hi-hat, and then all of the other drums are actually inside the iPad. I use Patterning 3, which is a very powerful drum machine sample player, and I have most of the drums that I need during my performances mapped to the buttons on the Launch Control XL. So for me, this hybrid approach gives me the best of both worlds, with the modular, the analog feel, the gear, the hands-on, the knobs, and then all the flexibility and the power that you can get from a DAW like AUM on the iPad. And so for me, during performances, because I don't really want to touch the screen on the iPad, for me it's not very natural, it's not very fun. This is where this comes very handy. I can control most of the stuff that I need during performances on the controller. So that is it for the video. Thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, don't hesitate, drop them below. And again, make sure to go check out Fabian Laure and Circle. They're in the description. They're awesome. So thanks a lot.